how to enter into the zone known as the flow state. Something I'm going to talk about in this video. This is something that for those who haven't experienced it or played in the flow state is also known as being in the zone, which is essential, basically an optimal performance where you experience a sense of effortlessness when you're playing. You have heightened focus and peak performance, like everything you do is spot on, technique, everything like that. And there are many instances we have probably seen as football fans and even players, and we can give some examples. For myself, seeing Neymar scoring a hat-trick versus PSG in the Champions League in 2017, where he scored 2 late goals and assisted in that crazy comeback. We can put that as him being the flow state, because literally he was the catalyst in which helped them win. So these are moments where we can look back, where we can see different players achieve that flow state. And we're going to break down today's video in terms of the whole combination of flow state, which means it's not just how you play, but it's also mental, physical, and also emotional factors. So before we dive in the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And then also, if you're looking for consultation in these sessions based on how you are, then you know what to do. So let's start with the first one, how to enter into the flow state, which is number one, which is the crucial one, which is prepare mentally. All right. So how do we prepare mentally? Number one, you got to have clear set goals. You got to know these goals that you want to achieve, to focus your whole mind and energy on that thing, which could be, for example, I'm going to make sure I'm going to run more. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to play more creative. I'm going to play it forward, etc., etc. Whatever the objective may be. And it has to be something that you can control. Under mentality, we look at focus on the present, which you need to concentrate on the moment at the task at hand and avoid distractions. So if you see yourself playing a game, you're thinking about, what you're going to eat tonight, then that's the sign that will be very detrimental if you enter into the zone. Then you got visualizing success, and this can happen whilst you're playing and even before you play. So there's definite techniques which you can use to help build your confidence, so that it can help facilitate and fuel the outcomes of what you're trying to achieve to do in a game. And another one under mentality is staying positive throughout the whole game. Focus on the solution, learn from mistakes, staying resilient in the face of challenges, not giving up. If you make a mistake, doesn't mean you can't enter the zone again. And that's the thing. All those games that I just mentioned with those players, Henry, Neymar, where they play really well, you got to watch their full games at Football Bilia, and you can see that they've made mistakes in those games, but still they reach a height in the game where everything was just flowing. Then you're looking at the second category is engaging physically. Now this is very important. We're looking at number one under physicality is trusting your skills, having confidence in your abilities, and that comes from the training. So that helps. The training you put in helps put off self-doubt and continue to play with a positive mindset, because why? You can say, I've been in this 1v1 situation against a defender 1,000 times in training. I know that my success rate is high. So there's no reason for you to doubt. Under physicality, we're looking at staying relaxed, which is finding a balance between intensity and relaxation during play. And, avoid tensing up, and, because too much tension can hinder your performance, which is something I have to speak about in another video. Then also, which is very important, is maintaining the energy levels. You got to make sure that you're properly fueled and hydrated, which is important. Another thing that can hinder you hitting the peak zone is nutrition. Again, I've got a nutrition program where you can eat before, what you need to eat before games, different kickoff times. Their link is there in the bio. And another one as well is the warm up before the games. You got to make sure that whilst you're warming up, your routine that you have is preparing your body for that physical demands of the game, and also for you to hit that zone that we're talking about. And then whilst you're in the game, you need to focus on the technique. Pay attention to your technique and form during the play, and execute skill movements and with precision and efficiency. So in essence, to really hit the flow state, you have to focus on your energy, making sure nutrition and everything's on point, and also how you can be playing through the game, that you can be fighting every ball 100%, going 10 toes, focus on the correct technique, and as footballers, you got to focus on the movement and remain in a positive attitude. So when the flow state happens, and that's something when it happens, when you enter into that zone, when you're knocking on the door, because everything I said leads you to the address. Now, when you're knocking on the flow state door, one of the things you got to do in order for you to embrace it, you got to play with joy, okay, or a sense of passion, and enjoy the experience whilst you're in that zone. Then you got to look at staying engaged whilst you're in that zone, and staying fully immersed in the game and being aware of all your surroundings, anticipating plays, reacting quickly to changes on the pitch wherever they're doing, and also adapting and adjusting. And most important thing when you're going to or hit the flow state is finding that rhythm and staying there. Once you establish that rhythm or that routine whilst you're in that flow state, you can hit that before games and during the matches. So hold on, during practice or when I'm playing 5-a-side with my friends, this is what the flow state feels like. And then if you're struggling to translate that into a pitch, you got to find out what's happening. Is it because it's a bigger pitch? Is it anxiety? Is it because you're not used to the opposition? There's other things that hinder that. But in a nutshell, what I just spoke about is the catalyst of foods and what puts you in the flow state. If you've got any questions or queries about this, you want to know a detailed manner, then you know what you can do. Drop me a message and let's get talking.